Oh, game number one. Let's jump in here. MVIP versus vdT. The Vietnamese Dream Team coming at you here on Honcast. There you go.
How'd you do that? That was
magic, man. That was all
sorcerer.
me. That was all me.
Sorcerer
Nothing
CPK.
else. All right, so we are now in the game here, and yeah, MVIP. I mean, it's fair to say, their run obviously hasn't been the toughest getting to this point, but definitely a big step here, a big challenge here, and we're going to learn a lot about this team in MVIP, see what they're made of against vdT. So the lock's even coming out, but look at that, Keeper of the Force blind ban by both teams. Ophelia from our Legion side, Scout coming out for vdT here. Don't want to have to deal with that Keizu Scout or Moon
Deep
Scout.
mutual hatred for Keeper of the Force. And Fabelli plays a fantastic Scout as well, but instead, I mean, they know that they have first pick, and just took a lot of this, like, screw it, we're just taking it out, don't want to deal with it, we have a different strategy in mind.
So something we have seen a bit lately against vdT is blind banning that empath for support specifically. Not happening here.
Nope.
You already see Monkey King locked up first off. Kind of wonder if empath 2 is going to be locked up. Or
There's two ways to look at that. Yes, support plays empath to pretty much her fullest potential, but as a hero, I mean, you're still limited to the max capabilities of said hero, and if they're not so much just being afraid of the player and her playing very well, they're like, it is still going to be a support hero in the end. It is still capable of making big plays, but we have an idea of how to work around it. They might not necessarily want to leave other lineup vulnerabilities because they're choosing to tailor their blind bans to this team. One way, they call it respect bans. In one ways, they can almost be seen as disrespect bans sometimes too, because it's like you guys can only win when you play these heroes, and maybe a little bit more respect coming out from Slicks too for these guys over in vdT.
That's worth mentioning right off the bat. Slicks is the drafter for this team. He comes from drafting for TT Esports way back in the day, and to bring that up, I mean, there was a little bit of critical towards his being that drafter for his team. How it seemed like when it came to the strengths of being a very good drafter of you got Swinamelons, you got My Nuts, you got B-Kid. He seemed like he's more of a
always did his own thing,
moment.
but TTS at the same time they did come up with a number of innovations
Yeah.
Throughout a number of the metagames, which other teams would follow suit in. So you can't necessarily say there's never any gold coming out of it. So, and I'm sure it's a team decision more so. When I played with Slicks personally, I can tell you that when we were on TTS, the draft was not a one-man decision. It was talked about with the team. We would debate it back and forth and ultimately come to a conclusion. It wasn't just like, oh, this weight is all on Slicks. Of course, if he has an idea or something he's really passionate about and wants to do, yeah, he might run it. But otherwise, I guarantee you they're all talking about it.
Well, and the more I also look at this, I mean, hell, you have Nova. For obviously, he's always willing to give his input, I'm sure, as far as picks are concerned. So, yeah, it's safe to say it's probably more of a team effort in the end, but still worth noting that he's up top there. Moving along with this banning phase, you see Lodestone, Rally, Fade, Pebbles coming out. Real quickly, too, I also want to make a statement about for today, being the Ultimate Series, the Monkey King tournament, obviously with the Ultimate Avatar for Monkey King coming out recently. We are going to be doing more giveaways with that. And to help do the giveaway, it's actually running a contest on our Facebook, facebook.com/Honcast. If you go there, you leave a comment of the question of not only which two teams do you think are going to be in the finals, but what you think the final score is going to be. If you guess correctly by the end of the day, then you will have a chance to win that Ultimate Monkey King Avatar. So definitely fill out your submission and see if you can get that Avatar in your hand. So Master of Arms, the next man in line there.
Yeah, taking a look at the locks, too. You saw War Beast get selected there. I guarantee you they're going to favor the Tempest. It's going to come down to that. But then they're guaranteed a suicide of either Wild Soul or War Beast. And, well, very likely it could be a War Beast in a game like this for using that Battle Cry to not only speed up Tempest's farm in the woods, but also the lane presence of his teammates. We saw the power of a War Beast combined with the Tempest many times throughout the DreamHack journey.
Interesting start there. You saw Engineer first picked, a great first pick, of course. Now, support was right-clicking that Engineer, even over Empath, as far as their support option. But, obviously, first picked, can't get it anymore. Probably leaning towards that Empath now. Obviously, you still have a Luna on the board, but
they've drafted a lot of bubbles, but if they do, I mean, look, they're looking to grab a Monkey King or a Gemini out of the pool, right? On top of that, looks like they might want to grab Parasite.
Yeah.
And if they do, they can only pick one between the Monkey King. They kind of, not to say it's a bad thing, it's just the style of strategy they want to go to, but by conventional drafting, they kind of screwed themselves in a sense that they're not going to be able to get this War Beast or Wild Soul, two very powerful picks. They're going to have to go a different route, because they might pick up something like a Bubble Suicide, as you see him shadowing right there, going instead for their hard carry option. Well, they could always throw Deadwood. They can throw Deadwood top or mid, depending on whether they get Monkey King or Gemini. They have a number of laning options. If they get Gemini, he's definitely going to go in the safe lane.
Yeah.
But if they want to get that Parasite too, they're pretty much forced to grab one of those two carry options right there. And well, at that point, I mean, you know, complexity is getting exactly not complexity. I'm sorry,
I know,
the
you see
Meander's name.
Meander.
MVIP Slicks' new
Must be complexity.
new crew is going to get sort of exactly what they want.
Yeah. Too much
Which
sugar.
Both teams will go what they want. I mean, they're going for it, but.
Ooh, look at that. Pandemonium Andromeda. Interesting.
Yeah. Andromeda's pretty damn good against Deadwood, though.
Yeah.
With that swap back, yeah.
That's true.
The Shade's
yeah,
on target, swap it right on back. It can strip up a lot of the follow-up damage that happens to the Deadwood, too. I know Deadwood's capable of heavy burst,
also
but
swapping into an energy field, something like that.
Oh, yeah, no, Andro NG's been a tried-and-true combo as well. So, and the minus armor going with Panda. Not to mention, it also opens up a potential Tempest counter.
Well, yeah, that's very true, too. But also, you look at this, this is leaning towards more of a non-jungle, isn't it? With your Engineer and Andromeda coming out over here.
Yes, unless having both of them, it's right. It does lean itself towards more of a non-jungle way. I've been watching MVIP, and they've actually been running a number of non-jungles. We saw even the Tempest being laned previously, so don't be surprised if they actually lane this Tempest in something like a solo mid or even a suicide spot and actually have two roamers coming out. A laned Tempest, two roamers. The thing about Tempest is he constantly keeps the lane back, right? Well, what do roamers want out of the lane?
Yeah.
Lane position.
Yeah.
And he gives them that. So not to mention he provides a lot of lockdown. So once again, do not be surprised to see a laned Tempest here.
Well, it's not going to be a snap decision by any means. No. So definitely going to put some thought into this. But yeah, I consider them going to Tempest, maybe even that Wild Soul to give into KC for that suicide option and
obviously
some kind of tri lane.
I don't see VDT as being a big Tempest is favored. So that
probably going to be a laning Tempest, though, is the point you're getting
at.
And yeah, definitely agree with you there. So as far as VDT,
I wouldn't even be surprised if you saw Six playing it. He is their new Suicide, not the new Suicide player, but recently he's been playing Suicide in a lot of these scrims.
The game that we jumped into yesterday, he was on Tempest.
Oh, that's right, he was.
I forget who he was against, but
besides that, yeah, don't be surprised to see him on Suicide role. Between Warbeast or Watson, I mean, they could actually go for more of a side lane carry option. I mean, whether they want to Suicide the Tempest or not, they can pick any of these three heroes. If I were them, though, looking at the enemy lineup, okay, they have a Parasite, not that they necessarily need to use the jungle. I mean, Wild Soul's awesome. Warbeast offers more lane presence, and combined with the Elementals, incredibly powerful. I don't think they need to go the Gemini route. They could throw it in the safe lane if they want to put a Panda mid and a Tempest top, but probably go with that.
Yeah. Wild Soul, you're probably relying on getting a little bit more farm, so taking that away from other heroes.
They have a nice aggressive lineup. They have the roaming coming out. Imagine the Battle Cry.
Yeah. Battle Cry is always useful. Okay, they're going to go the Wild Soul, though. Again,
that's
nothing,
fine. Both work.
That's bad. Yeah, it's still very, very handy for them. And that's the other intriguing thing about this lineup that we do have over here on MVIP as far as the players go. I mean, who's playing what role? I still don't know if that's defined necessarily for this team. And again,
there are a bunch of players that are capable of playing many roles. They keep very frequent in the game.
I think the one thing is Nova's playing support is pretty much we can guarantee.
That's going to happen.
Yeah. That's the one thing that we got.
The reign of Carry Nova has temporarily subsided. I'm not making fun of his carry potential, by the way. I'm just sort of joking around because he's a stereotypical. When people think of support players, if you asked him to name three, he would instantly be in that list.
Yeah, you know that's how
he's made his name. Player who remotely
it's
follow the competitive scene.
To say, playing the support of initiative
Not to mention
Fnatic, of course.
Part of Fnatic's reign of dominance over the Han scene. So, yeah, Nova has become synonymous with support. Not to say you can't venture into other roles, but for now,
most certainly can. And it was intriguing to at least hear that was a possibility.
It would take a solid year of efforts placed elsewhere to shake that stereotype, though. So, yeah, Nova here.
Playing the
doing his thing. And
minus armor, always good for a hero like Pandemonium as well, of course. So having the Aurora, fun name to say, the Aurora from Andromeda, going to be good for him. Both teams heading towards the top lane here.
Yeah, KZU, or with that Suicide build as well.
Oh, the ultimate Wild Soul avatar! Wow.
Oh,
I went to Wild Soul.
A little bit of a
what the hell is this? Yeah.
I've got to say, I do love that avatar. Of the ultimate avatars, I think that has to be my favorite.
Okay, why did the weapon disappear? What? Nope, weap's gone. Nope, it's back. Nope, it's gone. Nope, it's back.
What are you talking about?
It's disappearing on my screen.
It's not disappearing for me.
It's the angle, apparently.
It's kind of like that new Slasher Malkin. I don't know if you've seen that one, but Slasher Malkin, he doesn't even attack. You see the creep take damage.
Fun. All right, we see right here, though, again, both teams in the Hellborn jungle right now. Oh, look at the bear in the front. Oh, that's a cute little bear. I'm sure it's not ferocious at all.
Oh, yeah.
He's just a cute little
wants
bear.
to play.
He just wants to play.
Just wait and see what happens.
Oh, wow. Meanwhile, while I'm getting all cutesy, meanwhile, initiation down here. Empath Wall going off and dropping to put in the stun out, though. We do see Deadwood and Monkey King running in, and actually the positioning not the best. There's the flick backwards. Monkey King, he is trapped right here. He has the elusive dash, but not going to be enough. Pee-wee will fall. And just like that, Bloodlust kill to start things off for Nova. You see he's chasing Deadwood, not going to be able to follow that up, though. Ouch, though. That's not a good start for vdT.
Statement, even in light of the Ultimate Monkey King tourney, just slaying him right off the bat, and PV going to start at a little bit of a disadvantage here. Solid negative 70 gold per minute, which is quickly being fixed up. Besides that, how beautiful was that flick into the keg stun? The keg came out like early on in that flick, like he knew exactly, he had just pure confidence in the placement, and not that something you won't see, but you can just tell how comfortable he is, not only with the hero, but with his team.
Getting together, yeah. Tankafet definitely. You know, out of this whole roster over here, Tankafet's kind of the player where you look at it, it's like, okay, he's the one that's maybe not the big name, flashy player here on this
I would say that lately,
team.
Though, he's had some
of
damn
course.
solid performances.
He's definitely had some, and again, it makes sense why he could fit into this team just fine, I'm sure, and be a great asset to them. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting how.
Oh no!
Look at these big name players over here.
Oh, Boo Boo just taking the. I mean, he did manage to steal a couple of mages. Oh, Empath though has the wall.
Oh, nice!
I love when I see him do that.
He's very good at it.
Yeah.
We've solved
the only, the other empaths we saw did not actually utilize that trick when facing off against Wild Soul either.
Meanwhile, Deadwood, the creep's actually chasing and giving some vision, but he is going to be fine in the end. But how about this? I mean, it is basically Andromeda and Engineer kind of roaming around. Tempest is mid right here. Being played by Moomiander, by the way.
Not to mention, look at the creeps, which he's going to lose experience on top lane.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're getting killed by the tower while he's trying to take care of the... He has to pick which wave he wants.
He's tanking this one, losing some life.
Yeah, and he's actually missing out on like 4 creeps of experience.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
he did
entirely miss them. So Wild Soul getting a free 4 denies at the start of the game, as well as 2 creep waves as suicide.
It's a new ultimate avatar.
Entirely. Yeah, and he gets uncontested CS on all these creeps.
Yeah. Bubbles in the meantime at the bottom lane. You see he needs to be a little careful. Andromeda and Engineer off to the side. Seems like he's going to be fine, though. Of course, Fibelli does have this ward aside over here, so he knew for a while now that they were coming over, attempting to set up a gank.
He sent his bear to heal, too, so it didn't even matter that he got the extra harass. He missed out on a couple of these CS here, but still, I think he'll take it.
Oh, look at the dive from Monkey King.
He's pulling back more creeps, too.
Yeah.
That's just got to be...
Jeez. It's got to be frustrating. Look at
it is incredibly frustrating. Being on the receiving
not a
end of
good
it
start for Pee-wee, man.
games,
Dying, getting bloodlusted, the lane control. And this is also Pee-wee, remember, too. He's kind of getting warmed up, in a sense, for that 1v1 event that we're going to find out later today.
Yeah.
Him versus Cookies, who's the best Monkey King in all of New Earth.
We typically see Pee-wee in more of that mid line, too, and this time, Deadwood shaping up there.
Yep.
Maybe figures he has a bit better of a chance because of that Tempest deny with the roaming in mid. That is potentially pretty cheesy. Right now you see Andromeda, of course, training Pandemonium and help a little bit to maybe get the pull going down here. He's been doing the stack, and that is a triple stack now, so Nova going to pick up some experience. Otherwise, the game's still fairly evenly matched. Gold in favor of the Legion side, but they did get that Bloodlust kill, so
yeah.
Not too much else to note. Parasite making the difference, but as that triple stack gets killed, you might see a little bit of a shift in the experience because Andromeda has been neglecting picking up anything in order to make this happen.
Yeah, Andromeda able to get those boots obviously right off the bat because of that Bloodlust kill. Helping out Big Time. Meanwhile, the top lane, Monkey King dropping pretty low right here. Is he going to survive? Yes, just barely though. Wow. I mean, did I miss something? Was that just creeps that he nearly died to?
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's okay. I mean, he's got his
just
support
planned it out
nearby
all along, but
without a health potion, actually.
I thought there was a hero there for a second because of how low he was dropping, but no,
he was just doing his best to pick up his farm wherever he can. This is Wild Soul. Wild Souling. Look at that. Look at that creep wave again.
Yeah.
That he's amassed.
KZ knows what he's doing with that Wild Soul. Been playing many times
that
before.
That is absolutely disgusting. Still falling behind in experience, and Pee-wee managed to getting decent farm. It's not 250's not the worst. Don't get me wrong. Like look at the other lanes.
Don't oversell it. He's still farming 250 gold per minute, but Pandemonium in the meantime, obviously, Slick's having a free farm down here, 330 GPM. 25 and 6 creep score. And again, Bubbles might be in some trouble this time. Kicks out, it does connect, sets up a pure perfect Kamasan. There's the cannonball, and Bubbles will fall. He had to take cover, but just had no time to get it off right there. Great start duration.
No, is he gonna get it?
Time. Yes, Tempest will fall. As the haste of Deadwood, though, gets a turn kill in the middle lane. No Falcon Punch even necessary there.
No, he just got the Falcon Punch right before he died. Didn't have the mana anyway. Just managed to finish him off with the log. A creep died as he was chasing him under the tower. That's when he hit level 6. So he's still going to have it up. Parasite did assist in that gank. It's a major part of the reason he fell. Would not be able to drop Tempest without him. So Tempest now has to be careful, but he still has that the stuns coming out, and he still eventually have Elemental Void if Deadwood wants to come try to punch him.
Tempest pointing back to the middle lane. He's leveling up that Elemental, of course. Has a level 3 of it now. Obviously, a dangerous side of that is that you are giving the Elementals can give some free farm to Deadwood if you can.
He's keeping him back,
but
and he's getting lane control of him.
Making sure, oh, Deadwood might be in some trouble. Tempest not level 6 just yet. Will he hit level 6 during this? It doesn't look like it. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Slicks does get another kill for Belly. Nova obviously assisting. Looks like they're doing some tower diving there to make that one happen.
Doing a great job of slaying the Bubbles. Probably just feeling a little bit confused. Like, oh, Bubbles, I can evade their spells. They're all pretty telegraphed, and
yeah,
and they had a bit too much. I missed it setting up because I was watching that middle engage though, so I can't not tell you exactly how it paid out.
Yeah, I can obviously I was watching the middle as well. Slicks, by the way, back to his Australian ways of 290 MS here. Obviously, he even was that a little bit before.
It's a lot different now because instead of playing with, he formerly was in Australia playing with primarily North American players.
Yeah. No, he's with Europeans, and
yeah,
obviously they're all over the place even with this team. So he, but again, playing on a USC server here, so having to deal with that. But Slicks has plenty of experience with it, so let's just say it's probably not the biggest in the world anymore. Ghost Marchers finished by him right there. Pandemonium. Speaking of Slicks, again, having a really beautiful start.
I tell you, the Aussies, they're troopers in Han, man. Of course, they have their own server, but a lot of them, they just say US West, URCs. It's fine with me when I play with my Aussie friends.
Yeah.
So well attuned to the delay, but you know, I talked with Slicks about it too, and he said, you know what, it is a big difference when it comes down to laning. I can be an absolute monster when I'm on low delay. I can get into extra hit or harass, which you might try to do normally, but in a harass war where you're attempting exchanges with the opponent, you might react a little bit slower as a result, and they wind up getting an extra hit on you, so it's harder to man up sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think anyone doubts that it most certainly is.
Anyone who's ever done anything competitively, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild Soul's kind of transitioned to more of a jungle at this point, as you see the illusions blocking the Ancients over here.
Curdy, yeah.
Makes good use of those. He's going back to the Suicide Lane, it looks like. So again, it seems like Pee-wee has definitely settled things down here in this laning phase, and he's level 6 now. He's farming now 280 gold per minute, so good news there. Deadwood also off to a great start himself, 340 GPM.
Easy.
Circle doing work there in the middle lane. And actually, okay.
He's actually going to open it up.
Yes, the Falcon Punch to finish him off. Nice dodge right there on the kicks and attack from Tankafet.
That's big plays.
Follow.
So, Keizu trying to hit level 6 because he really needs that. Right now, Monkey King can make short work of him if he's able to close the distance. Still, the matchup's been mostly played at their towers here.
Yeah.
Haven't really seen much lane action. This is the vulnerability, though. I always talk about needing that ward in the off lane to spot out potential ganks. I'm not sure if Tankafet's ward's going to give vision. They're sneaking behind on Wild Soul. This is exactly what you need to do to punish Suicide Wild Souls, to punish Suicide Plague Riders. Gank them directly at the tower. Go behind through the secret shop. What are you going to do now?
The booby jumping is going to get entangled. No, he's not. The Wide Jump Slam is down. The follow-up from the support, and down he falls. Empath and Parasite obviously coming in for the gank. So you called it all the way, and sure enough, it happens. Deadwood, in the meantime, he pushed to the middle lane. He was also coming in just in case, but he comes back to the middle lane. He is invis currently. He doesn't have a Falcon Punch up, though. He's going to go for a deny, perhaps. He'll still need to be careful, though. With this deny, could come some follow-up initiation. There is the deny. Can Zergo actually get away now? There's a stun coming out for Tempest. He has a hole. Is going to get it off right here. There is Empath nearby. There's all coming out. It also catches Parasite. It's going to be stopped, though, immediately after. Here's now the follow-up from the Hellborn team. Rotten Grasp is down. Tempest going to be locked down. And Moomiander will fall. Great support coming in for vdT. They knew what was going on all along. Engineer, in the meantime, he's also caught in no man's land. And he, too, will fall. So, great resistance from Vietnamese Dream Team there.
Well, very, very quick interrupt onto the Elemental Void, and the rest of the battle pretty much wrote itself from there. Mid tower still up. They were able to actually not. It fell throughout that, but they had the secondary mid tower as well. Anyway, they were able to get everyone there on the team there in time and just make short work of them. The point I was getting at, though, I would say it's the duty of the support player on any team that's running a vulnerable suicide hero without an escape mech to make sure you have a ward that can spot out the behind the tower ganks by the 6-minute mark when the first ward fades. Absolute must.
Yeah.
I've seen so many games lost from that one gank alone.
Okay, so most certainly falling victim to that right there. So, Boo Boo, he does choose to get Ghost Marchers on Boo Boo, by the way, so upgrades those right there.
Does Boo Boo get any? Okay, that looks absolutely redonkulous. I've never seen the ultimate form.
The plates, as far as the ultimate form is, oh my god, what is that? Oh my god!
That is disgusting.
Oh my
I said this was the best avatar I ever saw, and oh no.
Meanwhile, Parasite actually trying to make something happen, but obviously Wildsoul in that ulti form. The big mama form. Able to
I need to digest it for a little bit. I honestly, I've been raving about this avatar for maybe the past week or two. That has changed to absolute disgust. I don't even know.
Oh, wow, that was an interesting sequence, but Belly shell surfs, he gets swapped, but he ports with it, so not the prettiest execution right there, and Bubble's able to actually get away in the meantime, as far as that gank attempt goes. So moving along here, the bottom push is going to continue. The elementals are out. The replicates have appeared, and Tempest, Tempest taking it a little bit too long, it looks like. Song of the Sea not used just yet, finally coming out. The Moomiator will go down. No Kelpfield necessary, no Falcon Punch even necessary. That was just all limited abilities right there. Meanwhile, Monkey King, he will fall to top lane, however.
Excellent. A lot of times you see that one team gets a gank on one side of the map, and meanwhile the other guy's not paying attention or he thinks they're safe, the gank's happening, and they get picked off right on the other side of the map. Happens so often. It's the natural alignment coming into play.
So these GPM charts definitely is telling a story here. I mean, Pandemonium is continuing to be really on top. He has 2,200 gold saved up currently, by the way. See what he goes to, but it's definitely looking good for vdT other than that.
I want to go back for a second. It was kind of funny just in light of everything that's been going down lately, not to bring up the drama and all that, but during DreamHack, you constantly brought up the fact again that you didn't feel like it was the same slicks that you were saying.
Yeah.
And of course, we didn't know any of the behind-the-scenes stuff at the time or what was going on in the players' heads, but
kind of does explain it a little more.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of foreshadowing at that time.
Yeah. There's clearly was something there. Meanwhile, Kelpha coming out on Tempest. Tempest thought he's being sneaky right here, but now he's in some trouble. Down goes a one chip sign. I'm not sure what Moon was thinking, honestly.
He just wanted the tower. He's going back for it. They've been down there. They've had their army down there. Deadwood rotated. He's like, really? They're still there?
I mean, he got the tower, so at least got something, but yeah, definitely not.
Gold is nice, but it's harder to make up the experience.
Experience definitely, again, overall still good for VDT's sake. 4,400 gold lead, or experience lead, excuse me. Gold is very even as far as teams go. By the way, I'm actually curious on your opinion on this. And actually, I'm not sure. I can't say for Empath with support's build, it's a nice top tower kill by KZ right there, but he does go the one level into synergy. He went to level 4.
I've seen it, like, actually depends on the games. Okay. I've seen him do both builds in a game. I've seen him just max out the synergy from here as well. Leave one point of the wall, and that's why I guess he just doesn't feel like he needs the extended lockdown. Maybe he feels like they have the burst, they have the lockdown with the rest of the team, they just need that initial blockage. In terms of the rest of the logic that goes behind it, I couldn't exactly, I mean, other than that, you're just looking for the benefits of synergy, obviously. It does provide your team more sustainability on the map, even when you're farming neutrals, etc. You're just keeping that regen up, keeping your teammates healthy, and it's obviously just placing more value in that skill set. Otherwise, it feels like he has enough lockdown from the wall.
Yeah. If
you kill the guy in 3 seconds anyway, or you have Monkey King flicking him around afterwards, I guess you don't need it.
Maybe if it's a different laning phase, leveling up the wall might make more sense.
Right.
Yeah, for here, I'm actually curious to see after maxes out the Essence Link, of course, if he maybe goes that synergy more. I mean, it is a pretty solid ability.
Whenever I've seen him do this setup, I think in the games that we were casting, I think he did follow through and max out the synergy afterwards.
Yeah.
Sort of the counterpart to Glacius's aura there, synergy, instead doing a global presence of health return.
Obviously, the other part of it. All right, I have a pause coming out here from the Legion side. So, do we have that middle fight by chance? We can look back at the deny on the tower. Let's see if we can maybe pull that up while we are in a pause right here.
The Tempest fight?
The one where the deny on the tower by Deadwood, and then all of a sudden they ended up catching them out. Too much sugar out as they were trying to get that tower kill.
Yes.
Pushing it in, so that was a pretty solid fight right there. Apparently Nova is on a restroom break.
Nova being a diva.
How dare he? How dare he? Nova's awesome.
I know.
All right, so yeah, let's take a look at that real quickly right here while we are on the pause. Again, this is the mid-fight, about 8.5 minutes as you see. So here's the 9 in the tower. You know, I was feeling for Deadwood right there, wondering if he's going to be able to get away after.
Well, and for a while you're like, oh, there are the stuns. He has the Elemental Void.
Yep.
They don't have all the knowledge in the world, though,
Good spread here. Obviously,
and look at the Parasite. He wants to oh!
But then the Essence Link obviously gets a stun
Bam, it was
off.
really quick. He didn't hesitate about it. Make the damage down. Just really quick punishment coming out. And
then by that time, you're obviously overcommitted if you're
yeah,
too
the
much
wall's
sugar.
still up at this point, too. And
good supporting cast coming in.
didn't even
and
need it.
Poor Rosie Engineer just left behind.
I feel like he's really good about deciding when and when not he needs to use that wall as well.
Oh, yeah, of course. So we do see,
Sure
obviously, resuming back into the game. Parasite gets a Wild Hunter right here. See if Pinky Curdy can make use of that one.
The last one's part of that stack.
How about that? Nova's been able to finish Steam Boots and Mystic Vestments.
He went the Energizer out instead, so not going to see that quick burst.
True, yeah.
They got to be keeping active a lot of early aggression. With that Ghost Marcher's Energizer, he's going to be hitting a lot harder and keeping in those autos, but definitely not that burst presence we see to take out a hero, maybe like Tempest.
Yeah.
If anything can be said for that, whenever we see Moon do more of this laning Tempest, he tends to, well, sometimes pick up the Ring of Sorcery, but more importantly, goes for that Portal Key into Shrunken Head fast, not necessarily building up those protective items. Typically.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I still stand that, you know, Parasite really is just such a, for how much we see the damn hero, he's such a versatile hero when it comes to his build. We've seen so many different builds in this hero. And it's cool to see that. I think.
I will say lately when we've seen Parasite succeed,
Codex
they have been going more with that Codex route.
The Kodai. Codex C's, yeah.
Codex C's is official.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like
Pretty
Kodai.
official.
Kodai sounds pretty cool, but
Nah, I'm just screwing around.
Okay,
no
you're a douche. Okay. I took your word right there. Totally threw it back at me.
How would I know?
I don't know. I thought you did research on it or something.
I can be pretty thorough about that, but not this time.
Not this time. All right. Deadwood level 11. He's actually setting up a gank right here on a Tempest. Ooh, the Rotten Grass missing, though. You see Tempest. He obviously went to play the Greaves here.
Yeah.
Getting that armor buff.
Screw you, Deadwood.
Yeah.
Has the Ring of Sorcery, though. No, so. Opportunity to gain some lane control, especially after he nuked it out.
You see Pandemonium, the Sustainer, now a Mighty Blade picked up. Obviously that Null Stone option here.
Yeah, one's basically a farming mechanism, and eventually will become that Null Stone. Of course, they have multiple ways to break it, from the log throw to whatever else, but at least they're making him use it. Other than that, it just scales well, and he needs the mana and stats anyway.
How about this, too? Pee-wee going the Sustainer himself, actually. Going to be going that Null Stone. Don't know if he usually goes that. As
we've seen Null Stone a lot on Pee-wee.
Has he?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
For the Monkey King route, yeah.
Going it again here, then.
The 900 gold per minute game, he had an All Stone.
Did you go that first? Okay.
I'm not sure he went at first.
Eventually. Obviously, I mean, Null Stone is great against a hero like Pandemonium in general, too.
Yeah. And just gives him what he needs.
The farming mech. Deadwood, again, level 11. He's got the portal key. Zergo's had a great start right here. He is 3-0-2 on top of that.
Look how careful Monkey King is being about lane control. A hero that is known for his ability to flash farm. Instead, you can tell he does not want to roam out and potentially get picked off by this Legion side. He just wants to carefully get his items right here. So he's making sure he maintains lane control as he farms his top lane.
Yeah.
They're actually doing it on all the edges. Look at Deadwood also controlling the bottom lane. They're trying to starve them from resources right now. Normally people think, oh yeah, you always should flash push, unless you do other things on the map. But there are times where you want to starve the enemies of the lanes.
Speaking of Wild Soul, 3,400 gold saved up, and there you go. Sort of the high purchased. On to the beast. Beast that is. The she-beast. So has the sort of the high now on Boo Boo. We'll see, obviously, once Mock of Brilliance comes up here. What happens then? But we're only about 17.5 minutes in, so it's definitely still coming along very nicely. Bottom lane, they want to try to set up that gank onto Deadwood, I'm sure, but you know, it goes to the point that you're just bringing up of, and actually a nice counter ward right here coming out. They're really trying to do their best to keep this lane control here, not flash farming by any means. And, not only helping themselves as far as resources, but starving them more so from too much sugar. Over here on the Legion side, it definitely seems like it's working out fairly well. Slick still on Pandemonium. He is still managing a very good farm. I'm sure it has a lot to do with some stacking the jungle going on. The Ancients, obviously, which, by the way, there's a Rev Ward over here trying to block any stack attempts from here on out, just for the next couple of minutes. But Pandemonium will now, well, actually, I kind of wonder, will he finish the Nullstone first, or will he just finish the Shrunken Head here? If you're Pandemonium, Shrunken Head probably. Someone gets 2,900 gold. We'll see.
Does this look good on me?
What?
What was that?
That was Wild Soul. And that was a beast! Goes
No.
from being
She doesn't look like
nice
this
little
savage
girl to-
panda beast, though. She looks like something out of the...
You want a hug. Like the-
No, yeah, it's like you're going to Disneyland, and it's one of the mascots.
I don't know if
running
anyone
around.
wants to hug this chick here, as far as in this game at least.
Yeah.
Those glowing red hands, man.
Well, hopefully at least get some badass armor or something.
Some claws.
I don't think I ever
Claws.
saw that in the pre. Hold on, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, again, I'm not exactly sure how it works. I know. So what the Ultimate Avatars, what I've been doing lately with these is, part of it you get unlocked by purchasing a certain amount of other avatars for it, and then it unlocks a part. I think that might be for the ulti form of her.
Oh, where
you
she
get
actually
unlocked,
gets more honor.
where she gets more armor to it and whatnot.
I feel like KZ would have all the
yeah.
alternate Wild Soul avatars
buffs.
after all of his Wild Soul play. Maybe not.
I'm not exactly sure on how it runs, to be honest, but
Okay.
it's something along those lines. So I'm sure it explains it in the forums over there. But Fabelli, in the meantime, has a Tablet of Command picked up. He also has another 1,400 gold here. So yeah, a lot of farming going on at this point. Both teams.
Remember, Tablet serves as an extra interrupt against this team, but remember, you can no longer use it on heroes that are being the face smash ability applying, and they're immobilized now, so Tablet no longer functioning.
Yeah.
So don't consider Tablet to be that hard panda counter as you did before.
The bear is glowing.
The bear is
The bear is glowing.
Oh, because of the mock. That
yeah.
is actually badass.
That's pretty cool. Do not touch
Yeah.
the bear. It burns.
Ooh.
You see, going to go harass Monkey King a little bit right here.
Oh, first hit
tango.
rude.
Gotta
Yeah.
love that. Get some extra damage off.
So
See if
Mama
Stone has delivered though.
doesn't care. He's just going back to farming.
Monkey or Pandemonium did finish the Shrunken Head first, of course. Millstone here,
Yeah, and also not going to be far off with how quick Pandemonium farms.
Again, both teams
So
pretty
they're-
content at this point.
They're still falling behind. Of course, they have a fantastic late game.
Yeah.
Parasite going to be sitting at 2,000. Question is, he didn't go Codex, and it's a bit late. From here on out, I expect more of a disabling item. Sheepstick, Hellflower, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Hell, we even used to see the... It's been a while since I've seen it, but especially it was known whenever we used to see Fly play Parasite back in the day. But he would favor a Storm Spirit pick up on Parasite almost every single game, too.
Yeah. The movement speed is nice. Obviously, the early regen.
Well, yeah, it would just be
just
for
having
the,
the
what's
utility
the
in general.
power of the Storm Spirit in the later
Yeah.
part of the game, too. Because
course.
they would often, dump a lot of the farm into a hard carry. And that's not too unlike this team, though, with Pee-wee.
Yeah.
A lot of times VDT revolves their lineups pretty much around Pee-wee getting insanely out of control.
Yeah. Used to be what we called the chew factor. Good old chew blade.
Chew factor.
Pee-wee factor. Yeah. There's a
He is
codex.
going to go with Codex, so. It's not like it's the latest Codex. 21 minutes isn't
Still
a rush
efficient,
Parasite
yeah.
SAS, but you're still able to make use of it, so. It's something that we usually see Parasites go for a different item build if they go for the build-up instead.
But both, look at this, both Engineer and Andromeda have managed Steam Boot's Mystic Vestments.
Yeah.
So, still could be killed, sure, but obviously even a lot more. I mean, hell, you look at overall in this Legion team, it's actually a pretty beefy team with how
They're
they've managed.
splitting it a bit. They both have the couple stats as well. One person has the power supply, and Shinova has more items here in total than Dangabet.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just getting out farmed. They've also they have the Monkey King flash farming, you have the Parasite keeping things up, and
Deadwood up there.
even without any engages, you're seeing the golden experience, especially the experience slip away.
Continuing to raise, yeah. For
Portal key
vdT.
picked up though. Potential
On
big
Tempest.
moment. Yep.
Yeah. So he chose to go that first instead of maybe that Astrolabe. Wants more of that
Yeah.
jump
So whenever
here.
you see the laning Tempest, typically you see the impact ulti roll. And they've got the outer towers push, so it's not like a field assist. Also has a resummon on the bear, so dropping low, but don't necessarily expect Casey to be forced to retreat with it here. It's keeping top tower safe more than anything.
Yeah. Deadwood, the Soul's Bulwark picked up. Another 2,000 gold already. So he too, 400 gold per minute as Zergo's been managing to keep up here. Continuing to look very strong. So a demonic breastplate isn't out of the question by any means. As far as even a next fight at this point.
Yeah, meanwhile Nullstone about to be picked up by
Pandemonium,
so
yep.
Extra layer of protection. Thing is, yes, they have a lot of interrupts. They have a lot of direct targets, so you can even log toss on him and it, you know, I break the Nullstone even through Shrunken. But you know what? You're still absorbing spells. You're still forcing the enemy team to target you. It still is having a function in the end. And Pandemonium, even if the ulti gets canceled, still puts out a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Has a lot of lockdown.
Trying to kill a bear here.
Uh-oh.
Well, they're going to go for Wild Soul himself, actually. Ron oh, he runs out of it, but holy crap, the follow-up damage, way too much. TP's coming in, but not nearly
Look
in
at
time.
the empath wall.
Yep.
Just immediately. That's actually perfect against heroes trying to pour it in. Just completely
blocked him off. Yeah. Oh, and actually Pandemonium finding himself in a tough spot right here. Shrunken is up, but he too is getting bursted down. Nice swap into the last second. Can Slicks actually survive? No, the elusive dash to finish him off. Energy field in the meantime, but Tempest will also fall in the midst of that. Elemental Void was canceled immediately, and look at that. Too much sugar just falling apart. Empath inside of Monkey King here. They're going to chase after Andromeda. He will get the Comma Stone off, but the Shell Stuff going to connect. We're more than likely going to see a genocide here. Gonna get the chase.
Another bottle charge. He does have the mana for a vault.
Elusive dash, vault.
There
there's a vault. There's a Song of the Sea, and the dive is ultimately successful here from vdT. Genocide completed. Wow. These plays coming up for vdT. They're 5 for nothing.
I think they got the. Honestly, it was perfect. I think Pandemonium needed to pull back. Didn't have the Nullstone completed yet.
Yeah.
Wild Soul was already dead.
Yeah, he charged
the empath wall. He charged in there, and well, of course, yeah, they have a Monkey King. They have all these things. They don't have the Nullstone yet, too. So Heavenly Vault them back. Deadwood to make sure work, and Deadwood following pretty similar mistake now, and that to get on out of there. So reviving. So excellent. Tori, it doesn't like that was much of a shocker, though. I mean, the Wild Soul was up, and sharing follow. Did he actually get a lucky root there?
Yeah, it was, I believe, a first hit root. Yeah,
okay.
At least I believe he did get rooted initially, and kind of stalled him from
rolling the dice
back.
Against the Panda Master, and
not
what you want to do.
Gets caught.
They actually have the double Panda strategy. I wonder if that came into play here.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no, he's playing the Polar Bear.
Oh,
come on! If you have the Panda Soul, I don't know. It's all right, but mildly upsetting.
So we are approaching 26 minutes in here, and you look at the golden experience swing, especially after that fight now. 6,200 and 12,000 experience in here in favor of Vietnamese Dream Team. You got a level 16 Monkey King that you now have to deal with. He has 2,600 gold saved up. That demonic breastplate is just around the corner here for Deadwood, even with that death. In fact, did he even finish it? No, not just yet, but
this needs a little bit extra.
Going the Arcana on Monkey King. So
Hellflower is even after the nerf of it. Some people actually didn't consider it to be much of a nerf. There was a lot of mixed opinions, especially heated mixed opinions in the competitive scene. But yeah, Pee-wee gonna finish it off there.
Jeez. It's big for him right there.
Yeah.
And so back to the farming state though for both of these teams. Obviously, it would be the Legion side. Maybe slow it down, but and then another thing, I mean the Elemental Void again. I got canceled pretty much right off the bat there, and actually speaking of that. Well, hold that thought for just a second. Pandemonium might be in a little bit of trouble right here. One Jump Slam going down. Showstuff coming through, but no port, and Slicks will be fine in the end. They're going to maybe hang around
the
a
Nullstone.
bit,
We'll see whether they try to reinitiate now with the cooldowns up.
Yeah.
Probably not, though. Pandemonium taking a step back and see how it goes. I've talked about this a lot with Pandemonium, but the hero itself can carry really carry a game while building just straight tank up items, going from the Nullstone to the Shrunken Head into Behemoth's Heart. Of course, I like it when I see Pandemoniums occasionally go with things like Portal Key. Don't really think this is the game for it. They don't really rely on him for the initiation anymore.
Yeah.
They've got swap. They have the swap into the energy field. They have the Tempest, etc. And he kind of is at a point right now where he's not really ahead of the curve, so he's going to be jumping into his death if he gets a Portal Key. In a game where they're dominating, it might be different.
They are keeping that top tower deny range here. They're not going to destroy it. It even was like that before, so they're just choosing to use it as bait here. Trying to maybe catch the Legion team going in, however. Not able to just yet, at least. As a fake Pandemonium going to be sent up here, scout out, get some information. As, ooh, Dewa needs to be careful not to actually throw out a cooldown here.
Mama Bear has the bulwark picked up now, so we'll probably see that transferred over.
Oh, Parasite runs into Tankafed. Tankafed actually thinking about casting the energy field. He's going to be caught in the Codex to combination, but no. Tankafed, oh, there's a Falcon Punch coming out. We'll guarantee the kill, but at what cost right here? Zergo's going to be collapsed on. The Cannonball connects. He buys the Demonic Breastplate just before death at least.
He does. You're looking at level 17 Deadwood for a measly level 11 Engineer.
Yeah, that's actually
that trade-off. Yep. That trade-off not worth it. Parasite used the combo. Right now you're looking at Empath and Monkey King Bubbles looking to try to save the day here and prevent the tower push. Prevent them from getting back into this game. It's not going to happen. Sure, they're pushing in the top lane, but it's exactly what they needed. And right now you see Kongor being threatened. 40 seconds left on Deadwood. Can they fight this in a 4v5 situation? Engineer's even going to be up in time. We'll see how fast he can get there. He does not have Striders, of course.
Oh, we could go down right there.
That was a
sad,
really depressing.
I'm disappointed. Oh
my
God!
God.
Got him right here, and the aggressive play coming out for too much sugar. Kelfa going to catch them all, but do they have the follow-up? Face smash on a Bubbles. He's able to port away. Monkey King jumping around, but the Tablet's going to cancel. No, it is going to go off. It finally is canceled by Tablet right there, and now we see Monkey King continuing to fly around. Empath is so far dead. She was not able to get the ass one off somehow. She got locked down, I guess, and Monkey King just falls back before too much else happens. But Kongor still has plenty of life. Deadwood is coming back up right here.
Monkey King's healing to full, so excellent. I mean, honestly, it looked grim for a little bit. If Bubbles was finished off during that face smash, if Monkey King... Did Monkey King interrupt with that flick? To allow him to port away?
I'm not sure. That must have been it. Okay.
I think it was Monkey King came in with the flick. And if Bubbles was actually managed to be completely picked off and killed right there during the face, I would say that fight would have turned out completely differently. We'd be looking at a Kongor and complete change of momentum. But now,
here.
Yeah, they're like, okay, well, we held you guys off 4v5. It was close, but we held you off, and now we'll take Kongor, thanks.
Too Much Sugar has no vision right here.
Well, what now? What now? What did she pick up now? Was Ring of the Teacher?
Ring of the Teacher. She also
that
got
what she said?
Spirit,
So look at me.
I guess, yeah. She has an Abyssal Skull picked up. But there is the token of life on Monkey King. Talk about another turnaround right there for vdT. That is big, 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 of course.
Yeah. Actually, look how he's keeping. It's not usual, but look how he's keeping the positive bulwark on himself.
Yeah.
Ultimately get transfer, but yeah, instead of putting the negative on the bear.
Let's have that for a little bit now.
Looking for protection against this Monkey King in the Deadwood.
Oh,
flicks right as Deadwood leaps in.
Monkey King. Deadwood did leap in the background. Energy field was used. So Deadwood caught at an awkward spot. He will eventually fall. The energy field doing a lot of work right here. Codex and Engineer not nearly enough for the burst though. Monkey King chasing. Going to pick up the gun Andromeda, but now Monkey King need to be careful. Of course, he does have the tokens. It's basically going to suicide himself. Empath will fall out though. And now Support's in a lot of trouble. And Support will go down in the end. But meanwhile, off to the side.
Willie.
They do get another kill. Yes, he finally will fall. The Essence Lake trying to keep him alive, but not long enough. Boo Boo, it does have another life, so going to be resurrected here by Wild Soul, and in the end, Monkey King and Parasite will have to fall back before too much else happens. So I could think you can call that a 1-5 for Too Much Sugar right there, despite Pandemonium being picked off.
3 heroes, and well, it came off to Deadwood leapt in, and he wanted to break, then also potentially even punch the Pandemonium. Pandemonium at the exact moment of him blinking in, leapt forward and caught, I forget who it was exactly, but caught some of the Monkey King out, and comboed that Monkey King for quite a while, dropping him low so Monkey King was finally able to enter that fight. Eventually you have to fall and use that token, sacrificing Empath's life because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so another crazy fight right there, and overall the gold and experience slate still well in favor of vdT. But Too Much Sugar definitely buying some good time here for specifically Wild Soul. Is finishing up an Abyssal Skull again, it looks like. In fact, finishes right there. I'm sure that Demonic Breastplate could very likely even be next in line. You got your supports continuing to do pretty well here for the Legion Team 2 Engineer with the tablet now. And then there's always Pandemonium. 2,300 more gold saved up for him, so we'll see what. And there you go. There's the portal key. Pick up by Slicks.
I'm trying to.
That.
Yeah. Okay.
Tempest 3,100 gold. So the Shrunken Head might most likely in the works for him. I think it sold it and then rebought it. Oh, Monkey King might need to be careful at the top side. Going a little far. Does have an Assassin Shroud. He's going to fall back before too much happens. But especially with that portal key now in Pandemonium, you do need to be really careful about that as far as his jump opportunity here. You see Deadwood kind of scouting it out, see if he can get any free picks. And actually, Wild Soul, he's going to find. Wild Soul's pretty damn tanky, of course, especially with the Soul's Bulwark. He's keeping on himself. He will need some support. Monkey King is running in with the Assassin Shroud. Oh, they want to collapse right here. I think they might be able to do so. It's
Finding
up
an
to 6
angle.
seconds. There you go. While still being locked down. Falcon Punch is used right off the bat. There's a Hellfire Apply. The Codex even coming out. And down goes Wild Soul. So great collapse from vdT right there. They were patient, and it definitely paid off in the end. Take out Keizu.
Yeah, and Keizu, looking at his situation, doesn't have a buyback for his team, so.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, what's
Pat
going on
with
there? Big
pushback.
tablets coming back there. That's nice silence. Right as the face smash comes out. Killful going to be is not enough to save him in the end, though. And now Fabelli ends up trouble. Going to try to shell surf. Oh, he gets
Are
the shell
you
surf off despite the
kidding
elemental void. And Gaka ends the run at the back. Moomiander will fall. Energy field is down, but it doesn't really matter. Parasite off to the side now. He has the face hug to use. Can he actually get a kill right here? There's the lock throw on a take fed. Pushing himself forward with the Kegs done. It's not going to matter, though. Despite dodging that rotten grasp, you ain't getting out of these woods, buddy. Take a fed. He will eventually fall. Wanjim Slam comes up. He tries to get himself killed by the neutrals. Ain't going to happen either, though. So.
That was
plays,
huge plays for Belly. Take covering on the Elemental Void, dodging
Is that what
it.
happened? Okay.
And then, yeah, and then he already had the Shell Surf out, so then he poured it out to it.
Before it.
Or was it the PK? No, he PK'd into Silence to break the Pandemonium. Pandemonium didn't eventually Shrunken Head when he was going, so he PK'd into Silence, and then, yeah, let's...
That's true. Actually, yeah, let's take a look at that
Sure,
while we're talking about it as right after now.
All right, check
so
this out,
you're
check
right.
this out, check
Pandemonium not using that Shrunken Head. That's big.
So he silenced, and then look at this, the Shell Surf's out.
He chose
Look at that,
right
look at that.
Yep. Somehow maybe.
Holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just put Tempest in a terrible spot. Deadwood,
Yeah.
Monkey converging upon him. So yeah, big plays by Fabelli. Gotta give him all the credit there.
Chase. Taking Fed, of course. So yeah, big plays indeed. And vdT continuing a very nice trend here. 600 gold per minute, Monkey King. Huey just continues the onslaught of farm on himself. It was great saving initially by Fabelli, although support died in the end. Obviously did all they could to...
Well, it delayed it. Delaying it is
anything,
important,
exactly.
and then eventually baited out the Elemental Void.
Yeah.
Being the bigger story of that fight. Keizu was down throughout all that, so they were already undernumbered.
Interesting. Okay, look at the bottom tower. Tower's still
What's
up.
up? The Whispering Helm.
Monkey King buys Whispering Helm, and then he bought a Dancing Blade on top of that, so he's going to finish the Gajiro here as well. He had a lot of gold saved up. Holy crap. There you go.
Wow.
So, Genjiro and a Whispering
So,
Helm.
I mean, Monkey King hits hard, and if he does eventually go for the Symbol of Rage, that's...
Yeah.
Especially when dealing with this mock and all this other damage happening in the fight. We saw there, they initiated him, got him to 40% in the previous fight,
Yeah.
then he had to go in and eventually died. Monkey King, a lot of people don't think about it. Yes, he's a lot about his abilities, but he's fitting in a lot of auto attacks when he's actually using those abilities to help close the distance. Especially as your ultimate's ticking at level 16, especially, and you're just getting even more and more mobility. High attack speed already from the Hellflower and the Genjiro, so we'll actually make great use of that Symbol Rage. A little bit of an unconventional pickup, but one that I can agree with.
Yeah. Yeah, it really goes to show you. I mean, the Wild Soul, the fact that he's kept this Soul's Bulwark on himself this whole time defensive, it definitely tells you a story of this game here as far as really just being threatened by the physical damage presence here on the Hellborn side even. With that Monkey King and Deadwood, of course. And speaking of Monkey King, I guess that's just an illusion right here. Just going to scout things out, get some good information, but no any further. I wonder if he's going to use that Whispering Helm to try to find a Skeleton King, too. I know we've talked about that.
No, I'm sure if it pops up, he'll definitely make use. That's another good point. Another reason it makes it a decent purchase is now that they have the combination. It's not only going to give him that late game presence. He already does a ton of damage. Give him that late game sustainability. It's just get a Skeleton King and it might save you a fight.
See, Monkey King's going to try to find somebody here, but yep,
Finished by Fabelli, so
that's big.
even Bubbles looking pretty hard here. The Striders, we don't see it often, but it was mostly primarily Moon that would pick up Striders occasionally when he was playing something like a Suicide Bubbles or a Suicide Pharaoh. Or Suicides in general. Even Suicide Rally, we've seen him pick up those Striders.
Yeah.
This game Fabelli making use. Eventually, with that Sheep Stick and the Portal Key, you know what that just absolutely screams for as the next pickup?
What's that?
Post Haste.
Yeah. Of
And
course.
remember that buff happened to Striders. It is now where you can actually convert it directly into a Post Haste, saving you a little bit of gold on that front as well. Only is a 1900 gold upgrade.
Too much sugar, clearly in the mindset at this point of the game of we need to stick together. We cannot give them any free picks. We need to stick together, try to brute force our way with a victory right here, but it would require a big Tempest ultimate and move.
Mama Bear needs to put on some clothes.
That too. Moomiander, you know, he's had struggling time getting those good ultimates off. Obviously, just been more so good plays from vdT and positioning themselves and stopping it in the long run. So he does have that shrunken head now, but that goes back to the fact of the Whispering Helm, maybe the Skeleton King, or you still have a Parasite on top of that.
Exactly.
That's able to stop it. So
Parasite, which we talked about the Hellflower, we talked about the Sheepstick potentially, and well, not, you know, as a disabling item to go the Codex first, but now sitting on a Sheepstick.
Genjiro going in, Monkey opens on a Pandemonium. There's a follow-up from Deadwood coming in. Nice swap, the big Tempest ultimate, gonna lock them down. It's gonna be a full duration. Cannibal set on top of that. Monkey King, he's in trouble. Deadwood only falling. Empath goes inside, but Monkey King going down just before. He does have a buyback. Will he use it immediately? He hasn't used it just yet. His team's falling apart. Parasite goes down right there. Deadwood bought back already, but Monkey King not buying back throughout all of this. And Too Much Sugar is going to be able to full force their way in and take the fight.
All of a sudden, the game
out.
pretty much evened out. You know what wasn't used? 2 Sheepsticks. I didn't see all the targets that had their shrunken heads up, but 2 Sheepsticks. Sheepstick on Fabelli, as well as the Sheepstick on Parasite. Maybe the Codex as well. All not having time to be used. Actually, he didn't even get his ultimate off. He was just caught in that elemental void the entire time, I'm pretty sure. He beat him late. I mean, they almost made it happen, but yeah, just completely shut down.
Yeah.
What was the swap used on initially?
Pandemonium. He was dead if he wasn't swapped.
Okay.
So that was a very good
So I want to see what happened to Parasite in
Let's
that
actually,
fight.
if we can get the chance to take a look back at that fight.
Yeah, I just want to see what happened to the Parasite, because he actually TP'd in late. I thought it was right after the Elemental Void. Maybe I'm wrong there.
Yeah.
It just was...
Okay, that's
they initiated without the Parasite being there in the first place, so instead of having all that initial lockdown...
Okay, so yeah, there's a swap right down to Pandemonium. As it's just about dead, as you can see. So the Elemental Void comes out. Parasite throughout all of that. I honestly...
He's walking on in. All these onto the Tempest.
Okay. The shrunken head
heads up, but
he eventually gets a cancel. But
then what happens to the Okay, then he just gets locked down.
Yeah.
So there were other targets like the Andromeda, the Engineer and stuff that maybe he could sheep, but I think he was trying to save it. And in the end, I mean, that was essentially looking at 12,000 gold items, 50,000 gold. The Parasite just didn't get a lot off there. So,
you know, I make the mention that Tempest hasn't been able to get a big ultimate off yet, and sure enough, right there, a minute later it happened. Yeah. So Moomiander coming through right there for his team, most certainly.
Honestly, it was they started the fight early. They started the fight without having. He actually sold the Whispering Helm to get a shrunken head now.
Yeah.
So after losing that fight, they're in a much more dire spot. Says, hey, I really do need that magic.
I can see it. Like, obviously, they got so close to going Pandemonium. If
he had a symbol of rage at that point, though, if they managed to get a Skelly and he had a symbol of rage, and it would have been fine. Yeah, honestly, it would have been. But now they're at a point where they can't really they're not like so overwhelmingly strong. They can just go for that. They need to have this big team fight occur. And Wild Soul has another.
See the bear Boo Boo is actually going to fall right here. Keeping it there. The
no
wall
ultimate.
comes out. Jeez,
wow, another volley
of
spells. That's that level 16 ultimate that really rewards you for spamming.
And that's a big deal, too, because, I mean, now we got Boo Boo. You can still set him back in, but...
Well, even if you kill him now, well, he doesn't have buyback in the first. So I was saying if you kill him when he buys back, you wouldn't have a bear, so... In a sense, that's one way to remove Wild Soul's buyback capabilities is by killing his bear once.
Jeez, look at this. It's going to be a kill. Monkey King is just doing it too fast. I don't think they realized how fast he was doing it. Gets the kill right there. Bubbles, a kill field coming out. He's going to be sheeped immediately. Where's the follow-up? Cannibal's on Bubbles, pushed into the energy field. Can he get a takeover up? No, he's going to fall. The Elemental Void in the background. It's going to get me a full duration right here. The Shrunken Head is up. There's a Rotten Grass trying to lock them down. But Parasite will fall. Monkey King jumping around. He has the token of life, of course, remember. He does get the one kill on a Pandemonium off the bat. He's going to fall right there. Empath's going to be picked off shortly after, I'm sure. But Monkey King is back off, and he is pissed, damn it. He's going for Andromeda. He is going to be stunned there. Shrunken Head, of course, is off cooldown, or on cooldown, excuse me. It's going to in 1 second. Rotten Grass connects, and now they're going to be on the run, it looks like. May try to reset some things. Again, Pandemonium is dead here.
Zero up, but I don't think he wants to risk it, so.
Not going to. All right.
Excellent hold from MVIP.
Yeah.
Token being burned, and overall coming ahead in that fight.
Well, remember, too, that was Fabelli. He's the one that initiated, so vdT was the one
it was
that
another
tried
case
to...
of Sheepstick, though, not being able to be used.
Yeah.
Not even to break an all-stone or something like that. Just everything's not going their way right now.
Yeah, the initiation choice, obviously not the best in the end for vdT.
The supports are just pretty tanky at this point, too.
Yeah,
look at Engineer. Has the tablet, the steam boots, the vestments, the power supply, Bound Eye on top of it. And look at Andromeda building the
master in the works.
When one of your support Nova is sitting there at 1642 health and vestments, so Can't so easily pick him off either.
Yeah. God, I mean, we talked about Ophelia yesterday, how insane it is with the reduction code. I mean, Andromed's another one of those heroes, the Void Rip, goes to 10-second cooldown. Now, that is a case for it multiple times in a fight now. It's very realistic, honestly, with a 10-second cooldown.
Especially since it makes you tanky in the first place, so you're able to have that. It's very powerful, especially because the ulti itself has a lot of defensive and offensive capability to it. Throw that in with the synergy with Engineer, and not to mention the immense range of a level 16 ultimate being at 1200 range.
Yeah. Obviously, the demonic breastplate is finished on Boo Boo here, or he moved it to him. He has the Slayer picked up, so a Savage Mace going to be in the works for him.
I still think this is, I mean, of course, that fight there just played very well by MVIP, but I go back more to the decision-making on vdT side.
Yeah.
And their choice to initiate without their entire roster behind them. When they had such an advantage in this game, when they initiated without their entire roster behind them on the bottom lane to set up for a pretty bad fight. Now you see Restoration Stone being picked up by this Tempest. I think it's completed anyway.
Yeah, it is. Should be. Well,
or did he sell
actually,
the recipe? I think he was, no.
Yeah, it wants to have buyback perhaps, I guess, but
have it soon anyway.
It should be coming up here. Another 3,200 gold on Monkey King. Speaking of him, man, level 23. 3,400 gold here. See, apparently Pinky Curdy needs a quick restart. But, I mean, it still is a golden experience lead overall for VDT. But you definitely feel like MVIP
but that's not
is
the story of the game anymore.
Yeah.
You have to feel out the overall momentum, the pacing right now, especially when you're looking at a Restoration Stone and Tempest. They have everything going in their favor. Pandemonium, a sheepstick of his own right now. Can provide. Look, he already has 4 skills dedicated to locking people down.
Yeah.
Has that portal key for initiation, the portal key sheepstick combination on top of that. Portal key also allowing him to use that trunk head even more effectively. 4 skills dedicated to lockdown on top of the sheepstick. Then the team has just an abundance of it as well.
Okay, we're going to pause here, so might as well use more of a resource once again. Let's take a look at the Kongor fight that we just had. Obviously, again, this is where the Hellborn team, they chose to initiate.
Let's take a look at look, Engineer. Oh, he gets sheeped. The Bubbles get sheeped.
Yeah, Bubbles got sheep. So
that was by Pandemonium, right?
No sheepstick from himself. He couldn't use anything basically. He just used portal key.
I think he was caught off guard by the Pandemonium then with the sheepstick.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest thing.
Yep. Energy field was
he
pretty
really
good placement.
Completely shut down the Bubbles that fight, and it put them in a bad spot. So, it's sheepstick pickoff. A lot of times you see Behemoth's hard on Pandemonium, but he's like, no, I'm going to go items that are going to help me win. I already have 2,600 health. Look, 2,600 health still with that sheepstick pickup thanks to the fortification from Nullstone and Shrunken Heading on top of it. Let's take a look at his armor, too. It's got to be immense. Yeah, just 15%.
Jeez. Yeah, to get away right
so
there.
At this point, you had a Demonic Breastplate on top of the Abyssal Skull, on top of a Slayer being picked up by Boo Boo. Can see if that Savage Mace adds anything to this bear. He has that plated back plate. The legs. Does he ever get a helmet or anything else?
I don't know. Again, I haven't seen it myself.
I've seen the battle standards that get added to the side with like the panda war symbol.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure what gives him that though. I imagine like a brutalizer or a savage might. So we'll see.
Yeah, I would assume so.
There's really nothing else that should.
Dawnbringer.
On the Boo Boo. If that was, yeah, no. Once again, I would be done. That quickly. That'd be crazy, man.
Assassin Shroud.
I would be so depressed. Assassin Shroud on the Boo Boo. That'd be get the.
No, you can't.
Well, if you give him some mana.
Yeah, if you give him some mana, yes. Good old Codex. Monkey King again, 3,700 gold, so continuing to pull up a lot himself. Yeah, Bubbles, I mean, it seems like that's been kind of a coincidence last couple of fights, not able to get off his abilities. Really needed to get at least a sheepstick off here.
Yeah, considering he just had that portal key initiation on top of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just his sheepstick. The Parasite didn't get a sheepstick off either in that bottom fight where they had that massive event. That all goes back to how they set things up. So, at this point, window of opportunity closing fast. Savage Mace now picked up. You got the Staff of the Master on Andromeda. 2,000 extra gold in Engineer. A portal key is coming soon.
Yeah, you see the Savage Mace picked up, so Boo Boo is freaking dangerous. Big red numbers coming out of the tower, just disintegrating here. It's gonna fall about half-life before
What the hell?
it back.
He has the Savage Mace. It added spikes. What gives the... It's alright. I'm not sure what gives the battle standards like that.
Spiky. What else is there? Yeah.
Yeah, there's...
Brutalizer. I think it would be the same though as this.
I guess it might. I feel like it should be the Abyssal. Alright, we'll see.
Anyways, he does take the tower again down to half-life, but too much sugar. They choose not to commit to a fight there by any means. You want to fall back. Staff of the Master is completed on Nova, by the way, playing the Andromeda, so we talked about that. The 10-second cooldown now. Overall, some good level. I mean, support, playing the Empath, the only one that isn't level 16 yet, at least in this game, so definitely have been coming along very nicely on both sides in that sense. Obviously, Kongor, he's not going to be up for a while. The token of life was lost pretty damn quickly by Monkey King. And now you see the Ancient's just going to be cleared out instead. So more and more farm going to continue here. You kind of wonder a little bit when that mark is going to be. Are we going to ultimately wait for the next Kongor? I guess that is very possible here, even with it being a little distance away. There was the Restoration Stone picked up by Tempest. That might be the big key item that they're waiting for. Yeah, the Arcana, the Restoration Stone pattern, it is coming, so that would not surprise me if that's the
Right.
the item, the weapon of choice that they were waiting for. Now really go full force here. So it's going to be a tough hold here for vdT, it really is. I mean, gotta deal with a pimped out bear now on the front lines, or a panda in this case. Who's not only tanky, but doing a lot of damage. Frost will Skull, okay, sold immediately. Okay, buys it again. So Frost will Skull by Monkey King, he's going all in here. He does have 2 buybacks available, but okay, sells it again. So indecisive here, at its finest. Just kind of wondering, he wants to make sure he makes the best decision here. Obviously, again, there's the buyback situation. Could say maybe just at least get the Ice Brand now, sell a buyback, but
Frostwolf Skull.
yeah. Well, that's again, that's the third time now he's bought it. So
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but I mean,
he's
for
gonna
real.
stick with it this time. Yeah, it looks like it.
You can't not stick with it. Let's see.
Oh, look at this! Look at vdT. They're gonna try to get nifty here.
Oh.
Or are they? Parasite's kind of gonna show himself, be like, "Hey, don't worry about us. We're just doing our own thing."
Fade it out.
So 3 up here still, but obviously too much sugar and not going nearly far enough for anything to happen out of it. And instead, our Legion team just pretty content on continuing to control the resources here. Keep vdT occupied. Deadwood coming, making a huge path here in the top jungle.
They really want to get some surprise initiation. That's tricky, though. That really is.
It is. I don't think they're going to find it here. Again, Kongor, I still think we have at least a couple minutes more, if not longer. I still don't think we're going to be seeing him here shortly. Deadwood's waiting, man.
Double damage. Deadwood's what?
He's just waiting. Okay, he's finally going to come out here.
That big pick off.
Again, especially MVIP for the last 20, 30 minutes. 20 minutes, really more realistic probably, but they've just been sticking together. It's just... So,
well, it worked.
yeah,
Everybody said they know they have to just
the chance of you getting a pick off your Deadwood at this point is pretty little, honestly, with the way they've been playing lately.
Pandemonium drawing ever closer to what I believe might be Behemoth's Heart.
5,000 gold, yeah.
Still, Armor's never bad against this Elborn team, and he's already having quite a bit of survivability. They have the Demonic Breastplate already, though, so unless he's going something like a Frostfield, I don't really see that happening. Oh, there he is. I kind of want. I just didn't think it would happen, but we saw Slicks go for it. It was being that.
Yeah, I think it's just mainly like you said.
I think the armor is going to give him more overall survivability, especially when he has that shrunken head. Most players would not do that.
Yeah.
Most players want. They're pretty much stuck in their builds.
They want damage.
Slicks, of course, is always got to go what he feels like is best for the situation. I do like it more. Didn't expect it. Happy to see it.
Yeah. Definitely getting a good amount of armor out of it, so big against this Monkey King specifically, and
to mention
especially
just the damage presence as well. Can't forget about that effect of it, where you have the AoE Nova, slow in the damage, so.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot more than just armor, for sure. Safe to say he's not necessarily having mana problems, so.
Now, when next to the Boo, especially with that demonic breastplate, nigh unkillable.
There's the Brutalizer purchase by Wild Soul. Yeah, looks like
Still
that's the
doesn't
same
have the
category as
flags.
the,
What on earth?
Savage
This is like the
Mace.
perfect, setup. I'm trying to think of what other...
Oh wait, he has a helmet now.
From the Brutalizer?
I guess, or is that on before it? I just missed that. That was just put on. Yeah, so that was a Brutalizer added to the helmet at least.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a cute bear. Cute Pandemonium. Not Pandemonium, but Panda Bear.
Okay. So, and something else, a mystery item that would add the effect that no one would ever pick up on a Wild Soul, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
I'm really just, I'm going to let it go, but I'm just not even sure.
51.5 minutes in here. Obviously, this has definitely been, as expected, a really tense game here. And again, another case of, we stressed this yesterday, this tournament especially, just a lot of just longer, epic games, honestly. Pretty good battles here. And a lot of fun here with the Ultimate Series Monkey King Tournament. Shout out to Ninja 101, not only is he making the messaging game right there, but also he's the one that created the HCT bot in our Twitch chat. Doing some work. Shout out to him. Pandemonium in the front lines. Frostfield Blade, he's just going full force here. He's going to pour the key away though before he gets caught. Conqueror's up, and here we go. Look how fast it's already dropping. I don't know if vdT's going to get a chance to react right here. Oh, yes, they are. Looks like MVIP going to pull back before any initiation actually happens, and going to keep vdT on their toes. At the very least, I'm going to put a nope. Monkey King has more than enough gold for at least one buyback, if not multiple buybacks here. Deadwood and Bubbles in the same spot. Parasite not yet. There's going to be enough to scare MVIP. Empath, no. 56 gold will not do it. So vdT is able to be enough of a threat at least to keep MVIP guessing, but again, at the same time, it's MVIP definitely winning this small battle here of keeping them occupied themselves and constantly going back in doing some chip damage here. And at least the idea, of course, is to eventually get it. Conqueror locking down Pandemonium, stopping him from counter-warding as effectively as he wanted to, but they do get it in the end. Empath already inside of Monkey King. They were thinking they were going to jump in right there, it looks like, but not going to get that opportunity, so Empath still has another 20 seconds, but unless they get to a fight right here, and actually Pandemonium, oh, if he gets a little interested, Monkey King trying to maybe set up a flank. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though.
Nothing yet. Just looking for, I mean, honestly, the pace of the game entirely changed to see vdT just avoiding these fights for now. Whereas, I mean, they tried to create some angles. You saw them trying to dig through and make something happen, but...
See Monkey King instead just going to fall back. Another 4,800 gold. I mean, as far as what he can buy on top of this. Obviously, the rebuy of the Struck Dead, he's only 9 seconds. He's only used one charge, so even that is a little isn't even necessary. But again, we see Kongor dropping right here. There's someone committed, it looks like. This is going to be it most likely right here. Wall coming out from Emma. Devil jumps in on the Wild Soul. Now he's going to go for Pandemonium. Monkey going to Wild Soul. Swap out from Nova, though. The energy field is down. And the Tempest ultimate going to lock down Monkey. He has a second one, remember. The refresher going to be used. Can he get another big ultimate off right here? Monkey King be locked down. No, the Sheepstick on the Tempest. He will eventually fall. But Monkey King also goes down. He does have a buyback, though. He's going to use it immediately. Deadwood, though, is going to fall. Kongor is still very low. And in the meantime, Pandemonium chasing Bubbles. He has a portal key. Going to get that off in time and be fine. Kongor very low, but the buybacks have already happened, and vdT looking to hold them off. Zergo used the buyback, swap there into Bubbles. Andromeda in an awkward spot, trying to buy time, if anything, for them to finish off Kongor. Trying to be distraction right here is Andromeda. She's going to get melted by Monkey King. Now they jump in. Pandemonium wants to kill. Wild Soul picks up the target alive, and now Dev are going to be locked down right here. The Sheepstick on Bubbles in the meantime. Monkey King jumping around. Pandemonium trying to finish off Bubbles at least, but no, Pandemonium, he's going to take the Sheepstick, and Pandemonium dropping quickly. Will he be taken off?
Oh,
The Monkey King, the root comes out. The elusive dash is trying to cannonball away, He couldn't get it off, though. He pulled him back in, and Pandemonium will fall. Wild Soul also going to go down. He had the token alive. Bubbles going to finish up, off to the side. He resummons Bear. First hit and Tango comes out. The Brutalizer doing some work right here.
Are you
will
kidding
it be enough?
me?
No, it won't. He couldn't get ulti form, and down goes Wild Soul. Pee-wee, the Han champion here. He stays alive. Empath also alive, of course.
Okay.
And Belly falling back.
Okay.
Wow.
They do have buybacks. They do have buybacks. Pee-wee only on one of Monkey King. Zergo has none. Legion side, double buybacks on everybody. The only people who can actually purchase them, though, Slicks and Keizu. Slicks has that Portal Key Sheepstick combination. Can't really catch the Monkey King with it, per se, because of his Nullstone, but either way. Moon reviving normally as well. Glyph being used, and he's forced to get back, or is he? Yeah.
So yeah, they're not going to get any base presence, or are they?
Oh, they actually
they want
used
to
the help
force
potion,
the
got
buyback.
canceled. Yeah, definitely. There's the Andromeda and the Tempest, though. Tempest still has Elemental Void. Thanks to the Resto.
You got to be really careful here if you're Monkey King and Bubbles. Very careful. Parasite is sitting back. He knows that. He's waiting for his chance to make some big plays here. There we go. Tempest comes towards Parasite. There's the silence right there. And now Tempest dropping very quickly. Buyback on a Pandemonium. Tempest is going to survive, though.
Wow.
Monkey King has to fall back. Sheepstick going to be used on Pandemonium. Are they going to go in, though? They're thinking about it. No. vdT will retreat in the end. They did get the buyback to be used. So I definitely think worth it there, of course, for vdT.
Yeah, fantastic catch by Moon there, Breaky.
Yeah.
On top of that, the quick silence by the Parasite has the Portal Key Sheepstick. Look, he sold the Energizer, sold everything else is straight up. Portal Key, Sheepstick, Ghost Marchers. I don't need the Codex. I don't need this. This is exactly what I need to try to win this game.
Yeah.
He went for it, and, well, it paid off there. Besides that, excellent decision-making at the end by Pee-wee, where Tempest got really low. He could have been greedy and tried to going for it, but then noted the Pandemonium King made a quick decision to vault back over his rock and out of the fight instead of going for more kills.
Doombringer! Holy crap!
Every game we cast lately, there's Doombringer.
Every day.
It's
Every
just honestly
day.
because these games, for the longest time, we were seeing 15-minute, 20-minute games. You remember the last 20 we casted? You just love that clip. Anyway, every single gets the Doombringer clip. Every time it was going like 15, 20-minute games that just, and lately, 50 minutes, 55 minutes, it's been going neck and neck throughout the pace. Something's in the air.
Well. Yeah. Something's working very well. Look at this. The Shell Server might have spotted the Monkey King coming in. Here's a jump. A big kill for the Doombringer. Monkey King is raining his damage out. Tempest will fall right off the bat. Engineer dropping quickly. Wild still trying to go hand for hand against this Monkey King. He jumps back in, though. Gonna maybe go for Pandemonium now. The energy field definitely doing some work right here, but look at the kill situation. Andromeda's the only one dead. He's not buying back. Still chasing his Monkey King.
Excellent
Nice
coming out from
stun right
Tank
there. In the meantime, Deadwood trying to catch right here. Pandemonium is caught, and Slex is going to fall. He does have his last buyback. Will he use it immediately? Yes, he will. Tempest is also dead.
No
Tempest
buyback.
can't buy back, though. He doesn't have the money for it. Down goes the melee racks. The range rack's going to fall right
5,
here.
6, 7.
And the Doombringer Monkey King might have just pulled it off right here for vdT. We'll see. MVIP going to do what they can to hold this off, but without Tempest, man.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. And look, that's the last Boo Boo
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
for 40 seconds. If Boo Boo falls, they will have nothing. No energy field for 30 more seconds as well. What are they going to do?
Going back and forth.
Parasite,
Monkey King.
Sheepstick, and Ultimate up.
He doesn't have a token, remember, so this is actually a little bit dangerous. Oh, there's a lockdown. The Sheepstick. Are they going to get Pee-wee killed? This could be it for a turnaround for MVIP. He's barely alive. Oh, he falls to Doombringer. No one's picked it up yet. No one's picked it up, I don't believe. Who the hell got the Doombringer? Bubbles got it. He gets the hell out of there. Finball, he's like, I'm taking this with me. He falls back. He's going to port back to base. They got the kill on a Monkey King Deadwood. But vdT will retreat in time. Holy crap. That could have been huge.
Absolute beautiful initiation, though, there to pick off that Monkey King. I mean, he had all the team support behind him. We mentioned before the Parasite had the Sheepstick Portal Key. They got jumped instead. Managed to pick him off, and, well, now we have the ridiculous circumstance of a Bubble sitting here with the most awkward, a Doombringer on the Bubbles on top of everything. 4,700 gold. What is he going to do here to amplify his presence with it, if anything?
Man, oh, man. I mean, well, again, it's obviously the case of you could suicide, try to get it back to Monkey King, but you don't really have the time for that here. There's just no time at all.
He's 3,000 gold.
Yeah.
Still's a buyback. It's hard enough anyway. Oh my god, look at the defense towers getting torn about. Monkey King being forced to buy back here.
Bubbles jumps in. Bubbles is getting locked down. Oh, Finbelly! Oh, Finbelly! Is he going to fall here?
here. Takeover goes off. Can he actually get away through this? Yes, he can. Barely on the outskirts. In the meantime, Monkey King jumps in. Monkey King falling quickly. He's locked down by Pandemonium. Monkey King will go down.
No more buybacks.
He does
They just
not
won
have
the
a
game.
buyback. I think MVIP just did it. They're trying to kill Bubbles now. He gets back to base. He gets back to the well, but the racks are going down. Right here in the middle, they're going to go right for the shrine. Why not? Monkey King is not coming back up right here. Deadwood comes back up. They have Bubbles with the Doombringer, so he's good, putting on some decent damage. Sure, Wild Soul on the front lines out. There goes the one tower. There goes a point talisman by Wild Self, so preventing some damage. Pandemonium jumps in. Deadwood jumps in the back time. Oh, the elemental void locking down Bubbles. Face are going to finally be used. He has a second one, I believe. Bubbles going to be Sheepstick swapped in.
Doombringer
and
gonna
Bubbles
go onto
will
the Wild
fall.
Soul.
Doombringer goes down.
Oh, the Tempest.
And that should do it right here. Pause comes out, but I believe they meant to concede. Look at that. GG's being called.
Nova has
man.
the Doombringer.
What a comeback. There's a
Wild Soul has his own
Soul
Doombringer.
buys one. Oh, what a finish.
It's over.
What a finish.
Are
MVIP,
you
too
kidding
much
me?
sugar, takes the first game. Yes, you heard me right. The first game in this best out of 3. Wow is definitely the right word for it. What a finish we had right there.
That was intense.
I mean, just talk about how in a split second, it completely went from VDT looking like they were going to win
box
it.
out right there with 3,
All
2
of a
people without
sudden.
buyback, Moon without buyback, the Andromeda without buyback, they had the Engineer up, they had the Pandemonium and Pandemonium and Wild Soul with Boo Boo. 40 seconds on cooldown if it dropped.
Yeah.
They found the jump. I think they sheeped the Monkey King, got the Pandemonium leap onto him as well, and just managed to bring him down.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Incredible finish. I mean, do we have, okay, there's obviously a lot of moments there. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of
It
moments
has to
there.
be the top fight
The
where
first
they
one,
actually...
well, the first one I want to real quickly watch I think it was at the Kongor pit initially,
Okay.
where which one was it? Now I'm blanking actually. It was at the Kongor, but the last Kongor pit fight where Wild Soul got the token of life at the last second.
And then okay, that is right. That was
because that was where VDT really started to push it in, and it was looking like okay, this could be because then he went back. They bought the Doombringer. And then, so that happened right after that, I believe. So
look at the chat right now, Breaky.
yeah, obviously,
that's so funny. There's 6 minutes. Okay, guys, just wait and see.
Okay, it looks like we do have that for you guys. So let's pull it up here real quickly. Okay, so yeah, this is the Kongor fight right here. Okay, so you see the big wall right there, kind of splitting up the team a little bit. They initially go for Wild Soul, but then try to go for Pandemonium in the back. I mean, a lot of split fire going on here. Energy Field, obviously, a beautiful placement. Now, while this big fight's going on, you see the Tempest ultimate. He refreshed right there. He tried to get a second one off, but great lock, and I believe that was Fibelli Sheepstick to lock him down right there. See, at this point, it actually looks pretty good still for our Legion team with how things are going on. Deadwood falls right there, and now you're like, okay, this could be big for MVIP. Monkey King just bought back right there. Obviously, if Fibelli does end up making the getaway, you see the timing with the flurry just not the best, but... So they go back to Kongor, and again, with the buybacks, you see Andromeda doing what he can to distract them. See Wild Soul running back into the Kongor pit. Now they get the Kongor kill. Wild Soul does pick it up. Not the most ideal, perhaps. Maybe want a Pandemonium, but obviously at that point, you just got to spam click. So he's fighting with Deadwood in the background. And then Monkey King, in the meantime, focusing on Pandemonium. Pandemonium, Slick's trying to live here. He tries to cannonball out right here. Watch this. He tries to cannonball, but he pulls him back in with
right back on down.
Oh, that's got to be frustrating for Slicks right there.
He's like, what the hell?
He eventually falls, and obviously right here.
Damn monkey.
Takes him out.
And then the 1v1.
Yeah, the 1v1. Bubbles barely lives with, what is that, 10 life he gets down to.
Yeah.
And then Monkey King's like, you're not in ulti form. I'm going to destroy you. And does just that. So right here was the point of he gets the Doombringer eventually. Well, initially it goes in, but goes back, gets the Doombringer, yada yada.
Yeah, they have the team fight where they win, and
yeah. So
it all goes
that
crazy
was
until a top team fight.
Yeah, that was the first fight right there of.
Was this
that were, at that point it's like, okay, VDT, they may actually pull this off now.
Right.
They're in the favor. So then, the Doombringer buy happens, and then they push
Tempest
in.
buyback with the ult. Actually, it wasn't even the buyback. The Tempest presents the Panda buyback with the ultimate having the Pandemonium.
And now I believe we have that one real quickly to show you guys as far as that finish goes. So yeah, this is. Okay, this is where they jump with the Doombringer for the first
damage
time.
coming out from Monkey King. Everyone dropping low right there.
Yeah.
Shrunken Head. Did he buy his Shrunken, by the way, or not?
I believe he did, yes.
Okay, I was going to say, that Shrunken Head was lasting so long, that fight.
Yeah.
Finally tapers off, and he's the empath inside of him. And
the Tempest getting killed there.
we see the keg. Look at the keg placement coming up.
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful by Tankafet.
Yeah. Knocks him right on back. But take a look at who has something to say about that. Deadwood getting one of the root
Yeah,
out of
Pandemonium off to the side. He was trying to fall back too, but
Yeah.
they catch him, and now that was big. So then
And
here
force
is where they
buyback.
push
Look at
in.
that. 1, 2, 3. Look how fast it's dropping.
Mm-hmm.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, on both.
Oh, so this is one where Tempest is still dead. That's right. So yeah, Tempest.
Yeah.
This is the Doombringer moment. Okay, so
This is
yeah,
where it
goes
all.
top. So I mean, yeah, hindsight, it's easy for us to say maybe they should have fallen back
Let's take,
here,
no.
but
Let's take a look at how they could have won it.
yeah,
More
it's a
than
3 versus 5 here. That's the big thing.
we
to
look
know.
at let's look at Parasite. He has the sheep stick. He has the portal key.
Yeah.
Pandemonium is the only one that can do anything about this right now.
I mean,
Where's Pandemonium's buyback
Tango
situation?
right there.
Pandemonium cannot buy back at this point. That was the last buyback, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Either way, he doesn't have the goal for it, but I'm pretty sure it's the last buyback. So right now, he gets initiated.
There's that
on, though.
entangle.
Oh,
The first hit entangle, the sheep stick to
There's
follow.
the sheep, and during the entangle, he can't get out of it. Yeah.
It was. I mean, you could. I don't even know if it's a hindsight thing. He's at half life. He has a Doombringer in the front lines. Against a Pandemonium, a Wild Soul is
Still, there was
up.
a 5v3.
It was a 5 versus 3, but as we saw there,
Deadwood
I mean,
didn't have the mana.
I don't think he did anything. They did everything they could to save him. Obviously, it's just it
Yeah, what
wasn't
was
going to happen.
I think Deadwood. What was his mana like the entire time too? Because oh, look at that! Look at the entire time. Deadwood does not have enough to use his combination.
Oh,
so
true. Yeah.
that actually tells us a lot. So it wasn't as much of an overwhelming situation as it may have seemed initially in that 5v3. But anyway.
Yeah. Obviously, Fibella does a great job there of saving the Doombringer initially, but didn't matter in the end.
Right.
MVIP is like, we don't care. We're going to go full force here. We know Monkey King
That was
won't have it
game.
himself, and obviously they win it in the end. An awesome game. Yeah, again, not many more words to put it. So,
Yeah.
But guys, we got to take a break here. Obviously, we got to kind of settle things on ourselves. But we have another game coming up, and we're just getting started.